Hey everyone, Zealot Music back with another tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at one of my latest tracks, Gone Too Far. Now this beat was completely a DaBaby type beat. Like honestly, I was just going straight after his style. Justin Made is the producer. He's a great producer. So I was trying to copy his style. And to be honest, this beat was quite hard for me because I'm not used to make these sort of beats with a lot of space in them. That's how Justin made them. He has a lot of space, and it's like the 808's the hi-hat's crazy. 808's like center of it. So I'll show you how I made it. So my thought process. So I started off with a flute, I think. Yeah. I started off with a flute. So the flute sounds like this. So just like simple, that like Justin Made loves the flute. Like he's the producer, starting to use flutes. This is the plugin used, Mellotron. It's a built-in plugin to Logic. I just have the flute sound, left everything the same I think, put the blend all the way to the flute. Then I added in this muted picked bass. It's sort of like what Justin Made used in Suge, but obviously I don't have that sound. So this is like a close alternative. So it's just sculpture. These are all the settings. And then got an EQ, just EQ'd out the lows and highs. Overdrive, just to give it a bit of edge. OCT, multi-bearing compressor, because I just wanted to boost the mids a little. Tap delay, but I didn't use it for tap delay. I put a bit of saturation on it. I'll do a tutorial on that, showing you the secret saturation tool in Logic. And then finished off with some some reverb. And then I just balanced it and transposed it up 12 semitones. So if I just like move the MIDI up an octave, it would mess up, like the EQ would be EQing out most of it and it didn't sound good at all. So bouncing it was the best alternative. And then I have this clap. Just a nice simple short condensed clap. Hi-hat. It's quite a thick hi-hat actually. I love this hi-hat. And I was able to do all crazy stuff. And then here, I've got a hi-hat again, but what I did here was I did the zoop, but how I did it was, hold up. Sorry. Yeah, so what I did was I automated the panning. So it starts in your left ear and goes to your right ear. So it sounds like this. And so that's why I separated the two hi-hats so that they sort of work together, but then that one's just like zoop. So this is what they sound like. So here's the hi-hat pattern. It's got a little start at the beginning, that sort of accents it. Then a few extra stuff. You kind of want to make them sound a bit random, like that's sort of the DaBaby style. And with the clap, they sound like this. Then I added in an open hi-hat. And a signature thing that Justin Made always does is he adds a percussion just about there in all of his beats too. So that's how the beat sort of starts. These are all the melodic instruments I use. So a lot of space, and that's like perfect for when the 808 hits. The 808, here's the 808. Oh. Yeah, there it is. So that's the sample I use. I sampled it in Alchemy. It's just better for sampling one-shot 808s like that. Just load it in here. So first of all, you click initialize preset, import audio, and then you gotta make sure you click on sample. That's how I did that. And no kick. I didn't want to add a kick because the 808 hits relatively hard. I used compression and stuff to make it hit harder in the mixing phase, but I just wanted it to sound a bit like, I didn't want that, kick hitting through. And then I added some more percussion. So here's a shaker I used. I'll hold it. So that sounds like. Then a percussion. That's like an open hi-hat thing. And another percussion. And all them work together to create a beat that sounds like this. So the drums alone, these are what the drums sound like. So perfect to baby drums. And then I just arranged it. It's pretty simple, honestly. Like, I didn't want it to get too complicated. So, and then I added a riser. So for the flute, this is the notes I played. I didn't actually play this on a keyboard. I just played the main notes. So I started off with these 4 notes that I wanted to use, and then I just drew in all these extra sort of stuff just to give it a little more spice. And then these are the muted bass. So just start with the C5 chord, then play some melody, and then end on a G major chord. And then the 808. The 808, I did a lot of crazy stuff with it, a lot of stutters, and you kind of want it to sound a bit random. That's how it gives it that bounce to it. So this is what it sounds like. Yeah, so that's how it sounds, and that's it for this stage. So then I'll move to the mixing phase, and that was really important for adding effects and making the 808 stand out a lot more. Here it is. So first up, I added in the EQ, get rid of the sonic frequencies that aren't being heard. For example, on the hi-hat, I just got rid of all this low end because none of it was, it was just sonic frequencies that were interfering. Then this EQ, it was a bit ear piercing actually, because I had a compression on it, parallel compression, and it just made it a bit ear piercing, so I took out some frequencies to prevent that from happening. And the 808, I changed it a lot, so should loop it. So this is what it originally sounded like. So I just took out the high frequencies, but there's actually a lot of high frequencies in this space. I added parallel compression, sounds like this. It's without it, with it, just subtle. And Camel Crusher. Camel Crusher is a great plugin. It's free. You should download it. It's great. And it's I use the preset British Clean, and this is what it sounds like now. Without it, with it, just gives it a lot more hit, a lot more distortion. And yeah, I just add some reverb on all the percussion, all the instruments, just to fill out the space a bit more, because you want it to sound airy, but you don't want it to sound empty, because there's a big difference between them. And this is what it sounds like. And like, I got a few comments when I showed it to people. They're like, "Oh, the flute sounds Indian." So I was like, "Oh, okay. I don't want it to sound like an Indian song." So what I did was I sort of buried it. As you can see, the level's like quite low. I sort of buried it in with all the drums, and I made the drums the main focus. And that's actually what the baby does. So that was just like, good that someone told me that. And it's just in the background. And the 808 and all the drums are just giving it that bop, which is what you want. And the mastering phase. Mastering, quite simple. Just put on ozone elements. So yeah, I clicked the master assistant, had these settings, played the loudest bit, and just adjusted what the automation it did. So took out some of the lows, boosted a lot of mids, took out some frequencies there, which is actually where the hi-hats are. So, and then maximizer, I didn't want to add any stereo imaging, didn't want to make it thicker, because it's sort of supposed to sound quite mono, except for the percussion that I panned out. And here, just added threshold, and now this is what it sounds like. So, without mastering, and with. Makes it feel a lot glued together. And that was how I made Gone Too Far. Start to finish. Full DaBaby type beat. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys got an insight onto how to make these sort of beats. If you make beats, tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear some of your beats. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any. I'll see you later.